The white-throated sparrow is easy to identify by its snowy bib. Until I spent some time in New England, I couldn't figure out why people spell out the song Old Sam Peabody Peabody Peabody. Turns out the name is pronounced Peabody there, just as the sparrow says. White-throated sparrows are commonly spotted in the east, but are much less common in the west. We can find 17 types of sparrow birds. Winter sparrow birds. These native sparrows are beloved feeder friends from fall through spring in most parts of the country. Then they take off for breeding grounds to the north. Luckily for us, the birds begin singing before they leave our feeders in late spring. Discover 7 types of finch birds to look for in winter. White-throated sparrow. This dashing bird is an eye-catcher, its head topped with bold white stripes. This species leaves us about the time dandelions are turning to puffs. The parachute-topped seeds are a favorite food. Next time you see a white-crowned sparrow, consider the journey it's about to embark on, which may take it to nesting grounds above the Arctic Circle. Time for an extra helping. Discover more birds to look for in the snowy season. Fox sparrow. Even a brief visit from a fox sparrow, and that's all we get in most places, is an occasion. Fox sparrows, among the largest and most beautiful of our native sparrows, spend the winter mostly in the southern states and go far north into Canada for the summer nesting season. They're big, bold, and a beautiful chestnut color, at least in the eastern US, and, boy, can they sing. The key to identifying them is the mix of gray and foxy reddish-brown, which is especially bright on the tail. In the west, their color is much duller, leaning toward gray in the Rockies and most of California, and brown along the coast. American tree sparrow. The American tree sparrow is one of the most common sparrows during the winter months in Midwest. Like the chipping sparrow, the tree sparrow also has a rufous cap, but it summers in northern Canada and Alaska. Learn Harris sparrow. Watch flocks of winter sparrows and juncos for this species. According to the Kaufman Field Guide to Birds of North America, a stray Harris sparrow may turn up anywhere. In summer, they breed in Canadian spruce forests. Note the pink bill and white belly. Adult birds have a black throat. Golden-crowned sparrow. As their name implies, they're cute little sparrows with bright yellow dots on the top of their heads. Their range is quite limited. Golden-crowned sparrows spend summers in Alaska and western Canada, but are spotted in shrubby, weedy fields on the west coast during spring and fall. Goldens stay on the ground, nibbling peanuts that other birds have dropped from the feeders. Meet the 3 types of goldfinches in the United States.
There are 3 types of goldfinches across the United States. Learn what these goldfinch species look like and where to find them. Goldfinches are one of the birds that people most commonly want to attract to their bird feeders and backyards. Although many people are familiar with the American goldfinch, they might not realize there are actually 3 goldfinch species in the United States. Here's a little information about each of the 3 types of goldfinches. Male American goldfinch. This species is the most widespread of the 3 types of goldfinches and can be found throughout almost the entire country. The American goldfinch is so beloved, it's the state bird of 3 states. It's an extremely common feeder bird, so if you have bird feeders, you are likely familiar with this vibrant bird already. In winter, the males molt into dull yellow plumage colors, so you might not realize they stick around all year. Female American goldfinches aren't as bright yellow as males. While out trying to photograph hummingbirds this summer, this female goldfinch stopped by looking for sunflower seeds. She briefly stopped atop a gladiola flower. Male lesser goldfinch. Both lesser and Lawrence's goldfinches are western species that do not normally occur in the eastern US. The lesser goldfinch has a larger range and is more common. In the eastern part of their range, lesser goldfinches have a black back, but farther west, they have a greenish back. Like American goldfinches, they mostly eat seeds and often visit bird feeders. Look for them in mixed flocks with other finches and pine siskins. Female lesser goldfinch. Last spring, I had the pleasure of visiting Tucson, Arizona, when plants were exploding with blooms and wildlife was everywhere. I'll admit, I got a little obsessed with getting the perfect photo of a hummingbird. But in doing so, I realized I was overlooking many other beautiful birds, like this female lesser goldfinch. Lawrence's goldfinch. The Lawrence's goldfinch is found only in the far western United States and has the most limited range of the three types of goldfinches. Males are small gray finches with a black face patch and lemon yellow belly. Females have plain grayish faces. Lawrence's goldfinches have an interesting migration pattern. Instead of typical north-south migration, they move more east-west, going from the coast during the breeding season and moving inland for the non-breeding season. A male Lawrence's goldfinch in San Bernardino County, California. This species breeds in California but winters through southern Arizona, New Mexico and northwest Mexico. Dark-eyed junk. Black and white-colored dark-eyed juncos are affectionately nicknamed snowbirds. These members of the sparrow family are sure signs that winter is just around the corner. Learn what juncos eat and how to attract them. Spring backyard nesters. Many sparrow species may visit a feeder, especially during migration, but only a few are willing to call our backyards home. The sage sparrow, swamp sparrow, seaside sparrow and many others have specialized habitats that require more than the typical yard can offer. Song sparrow. The most widespread sparrow, this year-round species begins singing in late winter, a welcome herald of spring. It often nests in backyards, tucking its deep cup of grasses right on the ground in your flower bed or strawberry patch. Song sparrows vary so much in coloring across their range that you may think you're seeing several different species.